hot, so hot, lady. Gotta cool this anger. Oh, I've gotta cool this mess we made it.
Okay, y'all, welcome back to Truth is Stranger Than Fiction. Somewhere between the headlines, the policy papers, and the polished speeches, the future is being built quietly, methodically. And if you're not paying attention, you might not notice until it's already around you. Tonight, we're going into Agenda 2030, a name that sounds orderly, even hopeful. But to a lot of people, it raises a different kind of question. Not just what it is, but what it can become. Because whenever global institutions start talking about sustainable digital systems, urban redesign, and social transformation, the same shadow follows close behind: control. And that's where the theories begins. Some say it's all just planning. Others say it's something bigger. A blueprint for a world where choices are narrow, your movements are tracked, and the future is decided long before the public even knows the conversation happened. Maybe that sounds extreme. Maybe that sounds familiar. But either way, the unease is real. Because the more the world changes, the more people ask whether they're witnessing progress or surrender. So tonight, we just asked what Agenda 2030 is. We asked who it serves, who gets defined the future, and what happens when the truth is hidden in plain sight. Now, the first topic I want to discuss with the Agenda 2030, before I show a video, is basically the New World Order, right? So, do you feel like it's fear-based, or is it just quietly shifting the power? So what I mean is, are they using fear to shift power? Because it's literally just taking more of your rights away and trying to say it's for your better good. Using fear, I feel. Like, so I tell people all the time, like, when they say, like, oh, we won't own nothing and be happy, right? That's the famous quote people know when they talk about Agenda 2030. But I tell people, like, how do you think they can get to that point to where you'll be okay without owning anything?
I believe it's both. I believe they're trying to scare everybody.
Fear,
and then take your rights away. We already seen the demonstration in 2019.
Yeah.
They're already taking rights away. And before that, we seen it in 2006.
Yeah.
We seen it in 2006, right before we went to that other war under Bush, when they took your other rights away.
So they need a war to get going, to change a couple outcomes, to strip a little of your rights away for your good.
War, pandemics, yes.
War, pandemics.
I believe that's what they're using this war now for.
Right.
Is to create the new system.
I believe that too.
The digital ID, the energy,
the 15-minute
lockdown,
CDs. Yeah, all
get
that.
everybody their smart cars so they can stay within city limits. We can shut them off if they try to leave.
They're taking away the gas cars.
Limiting the meat. If you say something bad on social media against, the agendas that they're pushing, I think it's all working together as a plan.
I feel the same way. I feel that, they're just going to create something. I always say this, I stay on this. Something's going to happen. And it could be multiple things for what we know. But something will happen to where we abandon our old way we live right now.
Yeah.
And to be able to accept this. Now, the problem is, when you tell people this now, they're like, I'm not going for that. Or they're not going to make us really do all this, right? Whatever. But then out of their own mouths, the world leaders say that you're going to be okay with this.
Yeah.
And it will be running and already up and going by 2030.
Yeah. Not
starting and trying to do it in 2030. But actually, this will be the way of life in 2030. Then you got a bunch of people saying, like, we only got a couple years left. Where does everything normal? I got somebody saying that this year only will be the last year of just what we grew up how to be normal.
Yeah.
Something might happen the end of this year or whatever, but something will happen to where it's going to be so bad, right, that we're gonna be begging for this.
Yeah.
That's what they say. That's
what I think the energy lockdowns I think is part of it. Like maybe there's going to be like a small little blackout where
Yes.
that's where they're shifting to the new system. It's going to be like for an example, when TikTok had that little like shutdown, everybody was like freaking out.
Yeah.
And they were really switching over to Meta is like kind
Right.
of what we found out.
Yeah, because
So
TikTok
I think they're
shit
going
now.
to use this little energy thing and people going without their social media for a week. They're like you said, they're going to be begging for it or like not having gas, being able to go to work.
Well, they already
Not
talking
having
about
food.
talking about rotating our driving days through our license plate.
Yeah.
Right.
Or
Right.
yeah, they're already setting limits. I think, was it California? I remember a state just passed a law that's coming out in a few years or maybe 2030 where they're taxing them on their mileage.
Oh no, that's California. That's
That's
California.
California.
So I don't know, but
I live out California. Yeah,
that's crazy.
that's real.
That's like
going
the
into
starting
effect.
point of
Yeah.
it right there.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I was telling my people this. I was like, not only I didn't see the war coming. They already affected the fuel, right?
Yeah.
But California this month is closing, shutting down 2 of its oil productions.
Yeah.
And
Why?
you know what? I don't know.
Didn't one just catch on fire too?
That was
recently?
in Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know. It got condemned like a year or two back. They said this year in April they're gonna shut it down. So I'm like, wow, we already paying in LA. They're already paying $8.
Yeah.
So shutting these down. They already said before the war happened. They said just prepare. There's gonna be a huge spike in oil and gas in California, particularly because we're shutting down 2 of our biggest oil producers.
It's
And,
funny how it all just plays.
they compiled.
together.
It's all compiled. So, mid this month, we're like literally, like I said, normally everywhere is $6, but
And then didn't Trump just sign a bill where they're going to water down or like we're
yes,
getting
so they can serve. I posted about this. Yeah, they can serve basically watered down fuel that if your
Yeah.
car is under the year
2021 or
2021, it's
something.
gonna hurt. You can't take that gas. It's gonna be
Yeah, it's going to do damage to your engine.
They also had that type of gas during this last time in 08. It was at 85%. You know how we have
Right, yeah.
They had another form of
You know what? And that's crazy because I tell people, they said they're just trying to take out the middle class. So
Yeah.
they just need
100%.
They just need to make it very hard for people that's just, we're getting by. We're not rich, but we're not poor. But what this is going to make you poor because you're like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like how many people got over a 2021 vehicle, right?
yeah.
And then so now, a lot of people that got new vehicles, they're probably doing well off, and then you got people that's still riding around their 2015 or their 2017, whatever.
And going back to those social influencers in their private jets that are telling us
Yeah.
to save energy. I just had to throw that in there.
No, for
But-
real. Like,
Back to how
Yeah.
they're going to roll out the 2030 with the power with the energy. I believe that there's going to be a big power outage.
Yeah.
yeah.
A big power outage. It's not going to be a little blimp like a day or so. It's going to be at least a week or at
Or
least
longer.
2 weeks. Or
Yeah.
at least 2 weeks.
They say when they already did tests on this. This was,
Well, yeah, like
they did the blackout test. So where
in
the
certain countries, certain areas.
the world's I can't remember the name, but they did one for COVID in 2019 for lockdowns, right? And
But
then-
recently there's been blackouts happening.
But realistically, if they do have that blackout, we're just thinking of our homes and everything. How much does that really control with you? You can't go to a hospital if you get hurt.
no,
Done. The prisons
Done.
are done. Like
no communication
No
because if the
communication. they
grid
can escape.
if the grid goes down, there's no
Nothing.
internet or anything. So
Stop. Like everything stops. So if they make us go through that,
they said that what they say about 90% of the population die off if it's off for 30 days.
100%.
Yeah.
Correct. And then you got the last 10%, and at least 8 of them are going to be begging, please turn it back on. Whatever.
Well,
it takes.
we're not going to use U.S. currency no more. It's okay. We'll
Yeah,
take
we'll-
this digital ID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get this vaccine.
Oh,
Get
sign
this-
up for this new system and you'll get all this free money to start off with.
Yeah.
That they're gonna like use it as bait too.
Yeah, if I come, but all is digital. So when you
Yeah.
jaywalk, they can tell you can't spend no money 10 miles from your house. So they
Yeah.
control it. You can't do nothing about it. And it's gonna have them. It's gonna be on the other side of the people that's not gonna be conforming. But they say they got a plan for them people. You know what I mean? Once
Yeah.
if it gets back up. But I'll think about this. Like, yeah, okay, they cut the power, right? But think about what else you can implement if nobody can share, record,
Yeah.
tell anybody what's going on, and you want more people to go out. That's when I feel like they can do the cut the power off, and then you got this zombie bullshit jump off, right? Because whether people don't believe that or not, they have measurements to what to do if a zombie apocalypse happens.
Yeah.
Real shit. So they believe it's possible.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So people, I tell people, they're like, ain't no goddamn zombie. I'm like, okay.
Back in the day, remember bath salts?
They were eating faces.
Eating
Yeah,
faces.
that's crazy.
Come on, man. And I seen a video of this scientist in France in 96. They said they already got the technology of nano to control the brain, they said, and make people, he said, quote unquote, become zombies, right? And then supposedly that was supposed to be, they just need more metal, right? If they can get more metal into your body, they can shoot frequencies out where they have this patent. This is a real patent to control you, give you thoughts that's not yours, and make you into a zombie, basically, to where they can just turn the frequency on. And if you got heavy metals in you, and you're not living right, and you're not, doing everything you're supposed to be doing.
Vaccines, heavy metals.
Vaccine have super heavy metals, right?
Yeah.
You know what? I side stuff on this vaccine. My boy, his brother-in-law, got the vaccine. I'm on FaceTime with him, and it was all on the news. Not on the news, on YouTube, with people putting magnets on their arm.
I was about to get to that.
Right?
Yes.
And then I remember the
I
news
remember that.
said, like, if you see this isn't real. This is fake, right? And then that's what gave my injury, because the mainstream media was denying it. I'm like, no, okay, if they're denying it, it's probably real.
Always got to do the opposite.
So I went to somebody that I knew that got it. I was on the phone with him, and I'm like, hey, when did you get it? He said, I just got it like 2-3 days ago. I'm like, how does your arm feel? He's like, it's just a little sore. I'm like, hey, you mind if you put a magnet on there and see if it sticks for me? He was like, dude, what now? I said, get a magnet. He's like, he told his son to go grab the magnet off the refrigerator. I said, put it on your other arm first. He did the other arm, it just falls off, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, all right, now put it where you got the injection at. And sure enough, he put it on there and it stuck. And I was like, he freaked out. He's like, what this mean, kid? What this mean? I'm like, it means you're cooked. No, but no, I was like, I don't know, man. But, I sent him the news on YouTube, the news, where there's multiple news medias, saying it's not real. And I told him, he said, now they see how they telling you this is all like, it's all a joke. It's a prank. Like, whoever everybody's posting this, they're just lying. And he said, he said, it just happened to me. I'm like, now ask yourself, you just seen this real.
Yeah.
Why would they tell the people that it's a lie? I said, why? I said, now. See, he said, he just sitting there looking at me like, but what did it mean though? Like, how can I get rid of this? Mike, you was never supposed to get it. But, don't get any damn boosters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
There was this guy who did this like little psychological operation, and it was like 2 same-size circles. And he convinced everybody in the room
seen that.
one was bigger than the other.
Right,
and it's like, that is what they're doing to everybody. You tell them
people don't like to
lie
stand.
enough,
They don't want to stand to be an individual.
Yeah, and they'll let somebody else do the thinking for them. It's
That's sad.
crazy.
What is this right here? Yes, pull this up, please. They do. And yeah, I be telling people this. Not only that what's my guy name that owns Amazon? What's his name?
Jeff
Bezos, right? He has a clause on his website. I screenshot all the time, and I be always losing it. But he says like, basically like if you're using something about his products that he sells in here, just in case if human beings reanimate and crave brain and eat like literally a zombie apocalypse, this is only how it'll be okay. I'm like,
What?
yes, I'm gonna find it. We're gonna talk about it next show. But yeah, it's very much real. He had this in here. They believe, and then I think about how many zombie movies they made. I'm like, so the zombie thing is real. It's gonna happen sometime.
Predictive program.
All day.
Like the Aliens, all the Aliens movies, they've been around forever.
Ever.
And then now they're dropping documents and
Always, and then I see, look at the locations they always show in movies of where it's bad at. You know what I mean? You always got Frisco up there, or New York,
LA.
right? LA. You know what I mean? All the
even like our dam area.
yeah, you know what I mean? Vegas was in a couple of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting up
It was
there
in
now.
one of the Resident Evils.
Yeah. Yeah, this it's real though, man. They don't play. And I tell people, like, they don't waste their money or resources on things that's not real. So if they're talking about this, then they're trying to
Cover
do
their
it.
asses.
We can play that video of my boss. But but I just want to point out to the people like
And actually, my prediction is in the benign scenario of the future,
It's the richest man in the world.
The robots will actually make so many robots and AI that they will actually saturate all human needs. Meaning you won't be able to even think of something.
This is at the World Economic Forum. This is where they make our decisions at. That run our lives.
There will be such an abundance of goods and services. Because my prediction is that there'll be more robots than people. So,
but how do you then have human purpose in that scenario?
Yeah, he can't even answer this right. Look,
nothing's perfect. But,
he just knows it's bad. Like the future is not.
Nothing's perfect.
It is a necessary. Like you can't have both. You can't have work that has to be done, and amazing abundance for all.
And
look, what do you think that meant right there? Let's pause that right quick. He said you can't have both.
Everyone knows that Bill Gates is
and actually my prediction is
so many humans.
Yeah, so we can wind that a little bit at the end.
Games, we call or at least
and amazing abundance for all.
He said you can't have two things. You can't have work that needs to be done
and amazing abundance for all.
Amazing abundance for all.
And then
we can get it back to where you said if you want, so they can hear him. All right, this is good. Yeah,
but it is a necessary. Like you can't have both. You can't have work that has to be done, and amazing abundance for all.
Like what?
Amazing, can't have both.
So he's saying we can't have everything good for everybody because there's work to be done. So which one you think they're gonna pick? He said we can't have both, so we're gonna do what needs to be done. That means that there's not gonna be enough to go around. You know what I'm saying? And that's what 2030 is. It erases the middle class. So either you're rich or you're broke, and it ain't no in between. You either gonna be really. Elysium. Remember that movie?
Mm-hmm.
Where they live high and then they throw all their trash at the bottom and all that stuff. This is symbolic. They've been telling you this. It's not about race no more. It's about financial. If you are broke, we don't want you here. The type of stuff like you're a worker. That's it. Like, you only need to be a part of what we got going on, and
you're not part of the Red Shoe Club.
Basically, or you ain't gonna get along with this. But yeah, you can keep it playing. They got more rich
and then the big political
people that make a lot of decisions for us.
The 21st century will be, what do we need humans for? Or at least, what do we need so many humans for?
Do you have an answer in the book?
At present, the best guess we have is keep them happy with drugs and computer games.
We call this the metaverse.
Low vibrational thing.
Keep you distracted.
Everything that you would do in the real world.
Or at least, what do we need so many humans for?
Would constitute a new useless class.
This was
when
in 2020.
I say that these are useless humans, it's not from the viewpoint of the mother, of the wife, of the son.
Or at least, what do we need so many humans for?
First, we've got population. Now, the world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9
trying to
billion.
get rid of you guys.
Now, if we do a really great job
Too many of us.
on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
He named three things.
Lower what?
What do we need so many humans for?
What are we trying to lower?
Conspiracy. Listen to our government agencies. These guys are telling the truth. You know, there's no conspiracy here, folks. Just get your damn vaccine.
And actually, my prediction is
There's restarted, yeah. But yeah, they want to replace all the people with machines, or he said, keep them on drugs and video games to where they can probably use this for energy. So what does it sound like from a couple movies I've seen, right? Matrix,
right when he said that,
yeah,
drugs and video games.
Keep them plugged in. We can use them to power the machines that's going to be running around here. I mean, these are, I don't know how much I can yell this.
Yeah.
Alarm people like, these are the people that's making the decisions for the future. They are telling you their plan.
Yep.
They said, we need to reduce the populations. There's too many. Or why do we need more humans here? And this is why I tell people about 2030. What 2030 is and what the population is today, it does not work. It only can work if it is reduced dramatically. You know what I mean? So, and they're doing it. So, this is about to get real in the next couple of years, man. It's going to get crazy, but.
So it's kind of like what he said. I'm thinking that COVID was kind of population control.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it was a test to see what they're going to do now.
Yeah.
But like, because if we didn't go, if let's say for instance 50% got the shot and the other 50 wasn't getting it, and then they're like, we're not locking down our social distancing or
Yeah.
not doing none of that. Today will be a whole nother script right now. But since 85% got it and everybody complied with the lockdowns,
Yeah.
they like worked like a charm.
It's still going too.
They joked. Yeah, they joke about Bill Gates joked about. I think this next one is going to get more of everybody's attention.
And then the current vaccines you have now, like the MMR, all these diseases are happening. They don't know the side effect, or they don't know how they happen, but yet the side effects are on a package insert. And then they have a bill that protects them from injury or death.
Yeah.
Like it's been happening before COVID. And then COVID was just, I feel like, was like, let's do a bunch at once, you know? Let's take out the elders who have our, you know, our historical information that we can't ask for anymore because they are all taken out. Let me stop it.
No. You
I feel like that's how they do it. You know, they take out a generation to when they're trying to roll something.
Well, you know, like it's like the Great Reset. You know, we were talking about
that's exactly what COVID was. That's the beginning of it.
Yeah, it started off 2020, 10 years. So they're gonna, and this is why so many authors and people wrote about something happening in 2020. Back in the 90s, they were writing books.
Yeah.
Saying that it's going to be a virus outbreak, because it's you know it's I hate to use the word biblical, but it is it's scripted, man. It's supposed to how this side goes. We're at the end. If you're alive and going through this right now, it's for because you're going to witness the reset to where how we've been living the last 1,700 some years maybe, or just 700 some years. They switch it off. They turn it off, and 2030 is going to be the start of the new one.
It's going to be hard though because a lot of people are waking up.
Yeah, I mean, let's keep it on a positive note, though. I have read that we win, though.
Yeah,
I heard that, you know, Project Looking Glass. I don't know if you heard of this declassified file, but it's called Project Looking Glass. And so apparently the government got a hold of what we could initially call like a crystal ball, right?
Yeah. And they found that it's in us,
yes.
right? Yes.
And so they said that whatever scenario they'll put into this, it'll show them the outcome, right? And it worked 100% every time. About 10 years ago, they found out, not probably a little longer than that, they found out like any scenario they put in, it showed them us waking up and stopping it. And then so they compared this to Doctor Strange, if you've seen the Marvel movies where he looked at all the outcomes, there's only one, right? Yeah. They said that's how it kind of works. They looked at every outcome, but it was none. So there was 0 outcomes, whatever they did. The people wake up, your time is over. You're not going to have them in binds, illusion, and not living how they're supposed to live. But it's going to get real bad. So I'm not saying like the bad stuff won't happen. I'm saying I guess they're speaking for us a humanity thing.
Yeah.
We do win.
Yeah.
But it's just going to be Couchy's war type stuff. So
it's like
it's a spiritual war.
Spiritual war, getting to biblical. It's going to be your test. You're going to have your test.
It's an invisible war. That's how I see it. Like people don't even know what's going on.
Project Looking Glass right here.
Project Looking Glass. It sounds familiar. What? It was a project done by CIA. There was a guy, I can't remember his name right now, but he went into the device and he basically saw like a cataclysm that wiped out the human race, and the survivors went underground. Over thousands, tens of thousands of years, humans evolved in this weird way because there was no sunlight. Human beings evolved into what looks like these gray aliens because there's no light. Their eyes got big, their bodies became really skinny, and it's a theory now that those gray aliens are coming back in time, visit us, and make sure that we go down the right path.
Yeah, if you're already there in the future and you're there, it seems like anything you do going back into the past is only going to mess it up. Unless there's some other force trying to change it that you're fighting against. All you're going to do if you go back in the past is going to actually change the future, which is what you're already in.
Yeah, so they were looking at a bunch of stuff on there, the project looking at, but yeah. And it's crazy because the CIA said they have this technology and they can do all that stuff. I feel like it just that alone is just crazy. That they just say this publicly.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a great reset right here.
It's actually from their website too.
Yeah. They're not.
This was put out like before COVID, like right before it happened.
Tell you, that World Economic Forum, man. They be telling you exactly their plans.
That's like their whole plan.
You guys remember the Georgia Guidestones?
Yes.
And they blew them up, right?
Yes.
And then when they only blew them up because people started waking and started seeing what this said on here.
Yeah.
And they said and the first one was keep the population at 500 million.
Yep.
It's 8 billion people here. Like what?
Yeah.
I was like, and then to this day they still don't know who destroyed them.
Oh
yeah. It's
You know what I mean? And then it proved flat Earth too, the Georgia
Yeah.
Guidestone. So that's another reason why they had to get rid of
That's
that.
the logo of the World Economic Forum.
Is the flat
Just
Earth map?
saying.
Yeah. A lot of it, a lot of people use that. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't even. That's like when I want my pet peeve, man. That goddamn flat Earth. I just I can't understand why people don't understand this. Like,
Yeah.
It took me. She was on that before I was. It took me a minute to.
It did no. I have the great
Took me
story.
like 2 years to like.
And it hit me with
what was the one that got you?
It was looking at Earth as a circle, but as like
a
flat
plate.
circle.
Like a
Yes,
plate.
that's what got me. I'm
Yeah.
like, that makes so much more sense.
And then I told him about like the black hole sun.
Yeah, it gets crazy. Like
The
my
black
biggest thing
cube.
when I talk to people about that is they like to say, yeah, they're my Georgia Guidestones, man.
Yeah.
So that slit right there, that one right here. So let me see, get a picture of it. Yeah. So there's a slit on the middle stone, the middle pillar that lines up with the sun, right?
Yeah.
So perfectly that I think it kind of like tells like a solar clock kind of, but it just disproved the sun, what they're telling us. Like
Yeah.
you can't do that if that's what our sun motto is, we're hurtling through space, we're following it, it's moving like that,
Yeah.
then this wouldn't be able to work. And that's why they had it there, like this whole thing. And then like I got into like, these stones are not that old. Like somebody built this like I want to say like late 90s or something, like early 2000s. Yeah. So it was like,
I think they were like knocked down around.
they said some billionaire did it
Yeah.
anonymously. Right? Okay, yeah.
Back in the 1980s.
1980 and destroyed in 2022.
Well, also, what book came out in the 1980s? What was the 1983?
Which one?
What's that? There you go.
Oh yeah.
Look at him, man. It's my guy, right? He knows all that. Yeah, that it's just so much stuff. They just be going on. They go a lot, man. They don't want people to know this, you know, and that's why I go harder.
And it was like what 500,000. The world will be reduced to like 500,000.
500 million.
500 million.
Yeah, that's one of the first ones on their message, and then it tells you the languages, and it translates this, and then all the main languages in the world too. So it's and basically this is the new world order that was on here. This is what where we're gonna.
It was
be.
like new laws.
Yeah, this is what when they said if anything happens to the world, this is how you restore them. This is what you follow.
How many years was that up?
Ah, that's a good question. So in 1980, 42. Wow.
Oh wow.
Wow. Look, that's a good fucking find. Fucking Freemason shit.
Oh, man.
It's all numbers, man.
Yeah.
It's all numbers.
All numbers.
They're all about their sacred geometry.
Everything's goddamn scripted,
Yeah.
man. You ever watch that show, The Boys?
No.
You watch it? Listen, I tell people this is so the last season, two things stood out to me. They were like, they went to find, I don't know, I forgot her name, but she's the smartest person in the world. That's her power. They was like, where do we find the smartest person in the world at? And they said the conspiracy convention. And they went to a conspiracy theory convention, right? And the smartest person in this show, she's the smartest person in the world. Nobody can come close.
Uh-huh.
She's hanging out at a conspiracy convention, and the main one she's around, they show. So they pull, like I told you, I work on set. So they show everything. Nothing's by chance, right? So they're pulling out, and you're seeing all the conspiracies walking by, and it's the moon landing, it's flat Earth, and it's the who killed JFK, right?
Uh-huh.
And they find her there, and then that was a shout out. I was told, like, see, they trying to conspiracy be on to something, right? And then another thing they showed on there, the main character, Homelander, he was teaching his son how to be a hero. And his son was like, he took him to a crime scene. Like, this is what we do. He's like, but this stage, like, I thought we were fighting real crime. He's like, oh, no, like 90% of all this stuff is staged. Only like 10% we really something actually happens, right? Well, it's another shot I told you, is like, most of the stuff you see on the news, all these crises, all this stuff are staged. None of this control chaos. They'll make the problem, control it, and then give you the real solution for it. So just like when I was talking about that Sandy Hook shooting, right?
Yes.
And it's coming out. They have some of the crisis actors there.
Yes. I remember that.
So I'm like, what? How did they get away with lying about something like that?
We were part of the when it was coming out and seen the Facebooks and we seen the pictures before it got taken out.
They were even running drills that day. Like
a week before.
We saw everything. They started the Facebook donation pages before it happened. Like they were created days before. Like before all this was censored, we watched the whole thing play out and saw how it was censored and changed, just like Pizzagate too.
Yeah.
That's when
it's crazy. And that's what like opened our eyes about everything. And then learned about the crisis actors. Like
yes.
That the Sandy Hook conspiracy theory is what woke us up.
Because we were already waking up.
Yeah.
And then we were new parents. We were it's crazy.
That's that broke me down. I'm like, there's no way they got away with. Because like, I'm thinking about there's somebody that has to live in that town that could be like, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Or but then you think about like, really think about it though. You go on with your life, you got your problems to worry about, right?
Yeah.
And you hear about a natural disaster like that. You never heard of the town. You never heard of like, you could be like, a town could like that exist, but I don't know if it exists or not, you know what I mean?
But they're going after your emotions.
Yes, that's what they want, for sure.
Your emotions.
That's for sure.
You don't do the heavy thinking.
A trend with the Miami club shooting and then the Boston bombing.
Yes.
And then they used all those same crisis actors for those stories.
Yes. That's how I got out.
People started figuring it out and noticing it.
And then I tell myself, like, do they want us to figure it out?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Is that form of the cranial law? Like, we got to tell them somehow. So,
well, recently, too, with the one that happened in Texas, when they were like, go in there, like telling the police to go in there, like families, and there were parents trying to run into the school, and they were arresting the parents to try to go and save their children.
Oh, my, for what?
Yeah, there was, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, there was that other shooting at a school.
Yes, I remember that. And they had them on lockdown or something.
Yeah,
and they wouldn't let me. Yeah, okay, I remember that.
They were arresting parents that were breaking that line, and the cops were. And they were yelling at the police officers, "Hey, go in there and say we have it under control." No, you don't. Like it's still active.
That's crazy.
And as a parent,
right?
If I'm standing out there, I'm going in. Like, you're not going to go in.
We're working together and saving these kids.
No, for real.
Hey, there's one guy in there. I just see one guy. You got one gun, supposedly, right?
Right.
There, I see another 20 of you guys right here. Hey, you guys got vests. We can make something happen.
Yeah.
But if it's staged, can't go in there.
Can't go in there.
It's a script. You can't change a script.
The world is a stage for real.
For real.
Yeah.
The Sandy Hook, though, that was our biggest awakening. Not only that.
And then the Pizzagate followed it, and we were just like hooked, and we were just like,
what about,
veil was lifted, and we saw.
What do y'all think about that Miami Mall incident though? When
with
the whole police force showed up for some kids fighting supposedly with fireworks.
No.
And it turned out to be like a bunch, and then they said there was a bunch of aliens.
Yes, they said the real thing was.
Yeah, I remember that.
At Blue Beam.
Cover up.
Right? I think, or they tested it out, like, let's see if it works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I mean, like, even with the one with the Vegas where the alien hit them in the backyard.
Yes, but that
was the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then it just went away, and then I heard they couldn't find the family or the kid no more.
Look at this.
Yes, I posted this. This is crazy. This is the one, Australia. Yeah, and it got him. I mean, come on, people. Look, he posted that. First off,
like, come on.
I just want people to use your brain.
Yeah.
You get shot in the head. You're gonna are you doing this? Like, are you taking your phone out to take a picture
and put it on
a selfie and put it on social media? That should be the biggest red flag for y'all right there.
Important thing. Like, I would be helping everybody around me, helping myself.
I'm trying to get my head to stop bleeding. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he was also a victim of the October 7th.
Oh, we've seen him before?
Yeah. This is a crisis actor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Obviously, you see right here, he's there laughing it up, getting their fake blood on.
Looks like he's having a good time.
And you know what? I think, too, there's somewhere in the clause of a media, news outlet, they can get away with this. Like, there's no backlash, even they get called out on it.
So, Obama had signed a bill allowing the media
to lie to us.
Because it was not allowed until 2000.
This is why I'll stand on this. Like, they keep thinking Obama's our best president. This dude ruined everything. I'm telling you.
That's another.
So we were, I was 100% fan. I was on political science. I was watching all the speeches, 100%. Then you start going into political science and seeing who we were running with. Well, you're running with Clintons.
Yeah.
Then you start seeing the Grove with them all supporting the OWL and all that. And that's when we got, what was the other?
But he running with the Bushes too, though. That's what's crazy, because Bush is Republican, right?
Yeah.
And then so he's Democrat. So people were like, okay, yeah, he can run with the Clintons. That kind of makes sense a little bit, right?
Right.
But then you feel like, no, now he not only was running Bush, he was raised around them.
Yeah.
Like they knew him as a child. He has photos with them. And when I was trying to say about Michelle being a man, I said that lines right up, because if you look at Bush and how he was, so if he was raised around this and you see Bush Jr.'s mom, right? I don't care what nobody says. I look like that's a man, okay? Then when he becomes president, why not when he take the same role? He's already been accused of being gay so many times before he even got into the office, right?
Yeah.
And there's so many red flags and holes around the births of his kids, and just the way he pushed the whole gay rights movement when he was in office. Just everything support, like it just, and then you were made out to be like the good guy, right? He was like the great president. I understand he was our first black president, so they banked on that too. They knew that there was gonna get all the emotion up. But low key, he was maybe the worst one though. Like, I'm not all of them are bad, you know what I'm saying? But when they paint you out to look that good though, it's because you're probably going to be pretty wicked. You know what I'm saying?
He's a good actor.
No, for sure.
Biggest thing that happened was our healthcare.
Yeah.
That hit everybody so hard, because it was promised that you would be able to stay with your doctors and everything. As soon as it rolled out, couldn't. And then what did that do to the private sector? Because we were saying private sector shot everything up.
But look how any president though.
Yeah.
Look how much when they're campaigning, look how much they say they're going to do. And look how much they never do what they're going to do.
It's like the opposite of what they say.
They never, and then it's like every 4 years, like we get hit with the Men in Black thing.
Yep.
And we forget, and we're like, no, this president's going to do this because this is what he says he's going to do. And like both sides, none of it ever happened.
Two separate wings to one bird flying one direction. That's it.
I tell people, like, just stop
wrestling.
voting. Yeah. I'm like, just stop voting. They're like,
they
that's
act like enemies in front of the camera, and they're all secretly having dinners plotting against us.
That's what they do. When you see, they did that when they showed up, I think it was at the Bush Sr.'s funeral. They had Obama and Trump just chopping up laughing. Yeah. Just like, woo, but then y'all were just like, worse enemies, bro, you hated him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's all the show. It's a soap opera, right?
Yeah.
When Obama was office, before Trump was even thinking about running, how he came in the game, he was trying to disprove Obama was American. Like, look at his birth certificate. Trying to tell him to look at his birth certificate. Woo, woo. And it's all this stuff. The one thing, though, I think they set up Trump for is, because he said this, and I believe him, he was on 60 Minutes, he said, no matter what you think, I'm the most honest president you'll ever have, right? And I think because they painted him to be like this wild guy that says crazy stuff, let's look at what he said. Like, I always point this out. He always said it from the jump, even when people call him crazy, that COVID came from China. He always said that.
It's China virus.
Virus.
Why do you call it the China? Because it came
from China. And people like,
say it right. China.
Right? And then he always threw it out there. People was like, Mr. Trump just crazy, say anything, and then it comes out literally made in China, right? With collaboration with America, but they made it out there. Then he said, like, I remember after his first term, he said about what's going to happen with gas. He said, if Biden wins, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. It all happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, people need, even when he ran elected, he's like, I'm the last person you guys got to vote for, I promise. There's no more elections after this. And people just let it go over. And I play it back, we can find that too. I know it's out there.
Everybody thinking that he's going to be the president forever.
Not knowing that you're not voting no more.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, after this 4 years, I told my lady, I was like, after these 4 years, what added up? What date is that? Like, well, probably between 30. Yeah.
Yeah, they believe, there's people who believe that he's here to bring down our old system so they can create the new system.
It's biblical.
Yeah.
It's been said, there's a book called The Last President.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And it was written in the 1800s. In the 1800s.
Who wrote that book, though?
That guy, it's the same guy. I can't think of his name, but before that, it's a series. The Last President series. Yes. But he wrote the same guy, I think, wrote Lockwood. He wrote The Adventures of Barron Trump.
That's the guy. That's where I was going.
Right? And that's Barron Trump is Trump's son name. Yeah. Right? The last president, Barron Trump, he goes, the same address Trump Towers on New York is the same address they're using here in the 1800s. They said this president's going to be in office. It's going to be the last president of America. And he wrote this in 1900. I'm like, come on, bro. Like,
too many coincidences.
It's just wrote out. And then it makes sense because I was saying, like, Nikola Tesla, who got all his information, was Don Trump. That's Donald Trump's uncle.
Yes, they're related.
Yeah, they're related, right?
Connected.
So in the book, it makes sense. It's like, okay, well, if you got the guy that they say literally figured out how to time travel, right? You got all his secrets. And then you're telling me this book is written in the 1900s about a kid named Barron Trump that be doing all these adventures, traveling through time, doing all this stuff. Speaking on Trump, name is Trump, in the book being the last president. And then when Trump is elected,
dang,
everything changes.
Yeah.
Like everything, look, like I'm saying like Trump's uncle, and this is what I was saying. Like this is not I don't believe in coincidences like this that much. Like that's crazy. Like, come on. Ain't no way.
Someone's a time traveler.
For sure. No, for sure. Because they didn't. This is why everything we see now is like, how are the Simpsons doing this? How did
to bring that out?
It's all scripted. It's not that they're figuring out the future. They have the playbook. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and this is gonna happen. And the guy that made Simpsons, he's a Freemason anyway. So yeah, it makes sense. It's the longest airing TV show on network television.
Going back to the future stuff, I was reading something how they just found out that like there's like crystals in our body that we can like connect and go to like the future, travel through time with it.
Right.
It's crazy.
I think one of the biggest things man, are we going over time? What are we doing?
Oh yeah.
Right? I was like,
this is good stuff though.
Yeah, we'll keep this one will be a little longer. I'm gonna finish it with this real quick. The biggest thing I think they did was convince everybody that we're individuals. And I think that's where our power was at. Once we realized, because you seen Lucy, right? Remember when she was getting her brain, she was like, everything's connected and nothing's individual. I feel I did a hero dose of shrooms, right?
Okay.
You said a hero dose. All right.
Hey, listen, when I tell you, that's the truest thing ever. When you feel like connected everything, and now that I feel connected to everything, it was just everything was living.
I know what you mean.
Right. And it was a weird thing. Like, I mean, people laugh, I tell you the story, but I was like, I know some part of that trip, I became, and I'm not joking, a back of a book.
Yeah.
Right. I was the back paper of the jacket, right? That's called the book, right? Yeah. And I was okay with this. I was fine with this. I was sitting on the book rack and people were walking past me and shit. And I was sitting there like, I'm the back of the book. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just looking, and it was it was so weird. I looked into this, and people say people have trips that they become inanimate objects all the time. I'm like, damn, is everything really alive? And then if you think about this is a simulation.
Universe, unite, like we're all connected.
Everything. And that's the disconnect. I think that this is why people are like, man, I go through that same shit. Everybody do.
Yep.
There's no such thing as like, where I have a thought and then you say it like that, right? We think, oh, I just quit it. No, it's not. That's how this works. There was a time when we didn't even need the words. That's a whole nother show.
Yeah. You know who else believed in that?
Who?
Prince.
Yes.
Prince.
Yep.
Because he said, if I gotta hurry up and make this song before Michael do it,
yeah. We're all living and we're all
connected.
Like he was remote viewing or something.
Yeah. Cosmic conscious, man.
Yes.
It's real. It's real. All right, but we're gonna wrap it up with this one. We're gonna hit you guys back next time on Truth or Stranger to Fiction.